is Hebrew Hits, presented by jtriberadio.com. I'm your host, Malya, and I sit down with people who live by the motto, it's what you do with what you have that makes a difference. Welcome to the show. Chanie Janashvili is in the studio. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here.
Of course. So you are the Jewish model.
Yep, that's me.
How did you get into modeling?
So my background is I grew up Hasidish in São Paulo, Brazil. And then there was no such thing as ever. My imagination of being a model was never a thing. It was just like a glimpse of a thought. And I would bring it up to my mom and say I always wanted to be a model. And she would be like, oh, you can be a Jewish model. Like, you can show your mitzvos and your tznius. And that's going to be like the way you model to the world, your Torah. And I'm just like, okay, thanks. And secretly, I would always go into her closet and put on her heels and just, model to myself, but not really anything specific with photo shoots or anything. And then moving forward to America, I got hired by some people who saw pictures of me that I just posted regularly on Instagram, like just on my personal page. And that's how I got from there. Wow.
So do you give credit to the first person who posted you?
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if I can say her name.
You could plug her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Chloe. It's a wig company. Yeah, she's my first cousin. So...
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I started modeling with her, and then another wig company, Ivy Wig Company, hired me. And then from there on, hairstylists, makeup people started just reaching out. And obviously at that point, there was in 2018, I was probably the busiest as far as modeling because I was so into it. And Instagram was so new and fresh for me, the whole idea of it, because I was so secluded from the world as a Hasidish girl. I didn't know much about how to live life in America, plus being cool, not cool, yeah, but just figuring myself out without any rules or people telling me what to do, I guess. And that was really cool to be able to model and start modeling in the world here in America.
That's a whole new world, just transforming your life from Brazil to America. And then you're actually trying to push and follow your dream.
Exactly. And I was only 14. So, yeah, it was crazy. But it was really cool getting through it. And friends were really supportive. And my sister was supportive at the time. She still is. And, it was just really cool to see how big I can get. And I hope to get bigger somehow and still figure myself out and still stick to my Jewish values to the best that I can.
You've got a great personality. So how do you show your personality through being a model?
So it's really hard in shoots, specifically if it's specific shoots, if they want a specific something being portrayed in the picture. But I hope to, every time that I meet makeup artists and photographers and the owners of the companies and everything, to show that I'm a nice person. I don't want to be in any way snobby. I don't want to show that person a bad personality out of me. Obviously, I have my moments. Nobody's perfect. But I really I hope to always be friendly and be nice to people, and my smile. A lot of people say they like my dimples. And I wish you can see them. But yeah.
No, but how do you show your personality through the shoots? Is that a possibility?
There is
through
no
the camera?
way. Unfortunately, a camera is like a filter. Even the second a camera goes up, someone already tries to put on a smile, a fake smile. Even if you are smiling and it's a genuine smile, it's fake for the camera. So, you can show your personality, and you hope that people know you're real you. And that's what I'm hoping, that people know that I'm a good person beyond the modeling. I appreciate it, and I love working with companies, and I love what I do. And just putting both of my personal world and modeling world together, I hope I can do that in a harmless way, I guess.
Yeah, definitely when you put up pictures, people don't really know you.
Exactly.
And you're trying to show them you through your pictures.
Exactly. So at a certain point, I was actually wondering if I should open a personal account and just a modeling account. But then there was no point in my message, because I want to be Hannah, the Jewish model, or Chanie.
Right.
I just want to be me, but Chanie, the girl who is a wife, a good person, a good friend, and also a model.
So to the outside world, obviously you want to show that you're just a regular, normal girl who is just following your passion. But what really happens when you walk down the street?
So it's funny. I mean, I know a lot of people in the community, and where I live, and a lot of people do know me and say hi to me. But a lot of the times I'll be walking down the street and just someone will like be embarrassed to say hi to me or like just talk about me. And I'll clearly see that they're pulling up their Instagram to show the person next to them, oh, look who it is. But they won't speak to me because they're intimidated for whatever reason, or they're scared that I'll like bite them or something. I don't know. I'm joking. I won't bite. I don't bite. But I just want everyone to know that I'm a regular. Me and everyone else on Instagram is just regular. They're regular people just trying to share whatever passion they have with the world, including myself. And if you see me, say hi. I'm not scary. So, yeah.
Well, Chanie, what goes through your mind when you're in front of the camera?
So a lot of the times I put music in my head. I listen to music to just move to the clicks of the camera if it's really quiet in the room and awkward. And most of the time it's just there's no time to think. You just move and make sure that everyone's satisfied with the way you look. And I have to obviously making sure that the positions are right. And it's really hard. A lot of people think modeling is easy. You just stand in front of the camera. Because I have nice features, because of God's gift, I can just stand. A lot of people are pretty in this world, and they're not models. It's really hard to stand and get the right position and the right way that the person that's selling the outfit or the bag or the shoes or whatever it is that I'm selling likes it in the way that they can put it out to the world. So so that person that's seeing it just wants to buy that or be that or whatever it is.
So how long does it generally take for a shoot?
So hair and makeup usually takes an hour and a half to 2 hours, just hair and makeup, depending on sometimes one specific shoot took 5 hours, but that was like so worth it at Hair by Sarla on Instagram. She's amazing. It took 5 hours she curled my hair with like bobby pins, like crazy. It was so cool, and it was very worth it. And the actual picture taking takes 20 to 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's mostly like prep that takes forever to make sure that the actual picture comes out good. But if it's a group shoot, more models, more time, right, more money.
A 20 to 40 minute shoot, how many shots do you generally get?
So the photographer can shoot up to like 2,000 shots sometimes, and we only get 75 of them to 30 of them, even 30 sometimes of them. Wow. Just because they have to edit it, and sometimes it's just testing the light, this, that. So yeah.
So you show up to a shoot. What happens? You don't have to prep anything before. You show up, they
get
you dressed, they do everything for you.
Everything. I just have to come showered and clean. That's all, yeah.
That's amazing. So what is it about modeling that you specifically enjoy?
I love meeting new people and connecting with companies. I met a lot of people in the fashion industry. I always loved fashion. I designed my own wedding gown. I really love the whole concept of being able to literally create something out of nothing with clothing. And I think that's what drove me to be a model, because I didn't think I could be a designer, but who knows, maybe something's coming.
Ooh, is that a hint?
Maybe.
What is coming? Okay, you don't have to say it here.
We'll see.
Chanie, tell me, what are some challenges about being a model?
Well, there's a lot of them, but the main one is self-image, 100%. Besides for being a model, a lot of people, if not everyone in this world, struggles with self-image as far as physical, mentally, emotional, doesn't matter. And when you put yourself that pressure into the actually working in the field of being quote unquote perfect for whoever that customer is, as far as them making sure that they like the way I look, is really, really hard. And obviously there's always self-doubt to make sure that I look good enough and skinny enough and pretty enough that day. And it doesn't change. I don't get skinnier or fatter like overnight. It doesn't happen like that. Like maybe I'll wake up with an extra pimple one day, but that doesn't it doesn't matter. Makeup fixes everything, thank God, and Photoshop and whatever it is. I think that I see a lot of girls in the modeling industry that they really struggle with anorexia and bulimia, and it's really sad. And I myself have not struggled with the actual anorexia and bulimia part, but I have struggled with making sure that I always look perfect. And I don't know, I've never put a label on it, but I guess you can say that some days I eat less than other days just to make sure that I catch up on the other days. I don't know. But I believe that a lot of people in the modeling industry have mental health issues and physical and emotional trauma, and that's why they go to the modeling world, to be able to put at least their outside image to be perfect. So their inside should be matching up to their outside. And I'm saying this about myself and about other friends and colleagues that I know that are models, and we literally have group chats about it. So,
Self-image is such a serious and needs to be talked about.
100%. I don't know how I can talk about it more. I guess this is a cool platform to talk about it.
Yeah, please. I would love for you to just share insight. Like when you first started out, do you feel like you were thinking more about your image, or now that you've been doing it for a couple of years, you feel like it's less, or do you think it's more?
I guess like now that I'm a little bit older than when I started, I realized that I definitely am very harsh on myself as far as my looks. Like some days, even today, I'll like wake up and I'll be like, oh, I can't wear this. Like I'll look too fat. Like who cares? Who cares? Like you like this dress, you bought it. Like why do you care? Like I don't know, just a lot of things that other people don't see, I see, or someone else sees 100% more. Like the zoom is 10 times more into yourself, you know, you're 10 times zoomed in. I don't know how to say that.
You're saying in yourself or other people?
Yeah, in myself. Like I can see myself closer than other people can, I guess.
Right. Well, you know, like all the angles and how you want to look and
exactly.
And
so I'm like my own worst critic, I guess, you know.
I think it's good that you are married and that you're stable, like in your job.
100%.
If you weren't, imagine being a model and you'd be like, oh my gosh, is that guy looking? Is that what's going on?
It's definitely easier being settled in a relationship, I guess. But I think you have to be strong in your own mind. It doesn't matter if you're single, married, not married, like whatever it is. It doesn't matter where in your relationship status you are or whatever status you are. If you're strong in your brain and you know who you are and you're confident that you're doing what is right for you and you're not doing modeling or anything for the wrong reasons, then you're fine.
What are some wrong reasons for modeling?
Attention, sexual needs and attention. A lot of people think that you're gonna get I don't know if I'm allowed to say this here.
Say whatever you want and I'll decide later.
Okay,
what do you mean needs?
Fine. I think attention and wants and needs, a lot of people need validation, I guess. And I stopped modeling for a little bit a couple months ago just because I was like, I don't want people to think that I do this for the wrong reasons again. And I changed my name on Instagram. I used to be something else. I used to be hannahdeutsch.blog. And I was like, I don't want to be a blogger. That's not what I'm doing. And I changed my name to Hannah the Jewish Model because I want to be a model and I want to be proud of who I am, and that's it. So yeah.
Wow.
Woo.
You're so inspiring. Do you mind sharing your age?
I am 21. Not 21 yet. I'm turning 21 next week.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
So you're so young and you have such a
I'm
solid
a baby.
mind.
I've been through hell and back, to say the least. God really loves me. He gives his worst challengers to his best soldiers. So, yeah, I'm one of his best. I'm in the front of the line.
Oh, I love you, Chanie.
We'll be back. Malya. Hello, guys. We're friends. Malya and I are friends for a long time.
Oh, yes. Should we say where we know each other from?
From Campinos. Like, I was in 4th grade.
Campinos is going to not be happy.
At Campinos.
At Campinos, yes. We met at camp. She was my camper and dance. I was her dance coach.
Good times.
I taught her how to dance. Is this your full-time career?
As of now, yes. I don't do much. I was working in a school before the end of the year. I was working in 1st grade. I was teaching. It was really cute. But after Zoom school started, it was really hard. So I don't think I'm doing it next year. So for now, that's my full time. Do
your students know that you're the Jewish model?
I don't know how. I know the parents know. They follow. A lot of parents follow me, but the girls, I don't know. They just say, Mora, you're so pretty today. Mora, I love your outfit. But they're really cute. They're amazing. They're 6-year-olds. They used to comment. Sometimes they used to say they didn't like my shoes.
Really?
Yeah, Mora, I don't like that shoe color, Mrs. J.
That is so funny.
So funny.
The moms must probably push to, be in your class.
It was my 2nd year teaching only, so I'm not sure if a lot of them knew me. I don't have that much of a name in the school yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not coming back next year, so.
Do they know?
Yeah.
And?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You live life and you move on.
Listen, you're going and you're going to be a full-time model, and it's incredible.
And
this is what you want to do.
Full-time wife too.
You're a full-time wife, a full-time model.
Hardworking.
Your husband got a model for a wife.
And I got a DJ for a husband. What's the good? I mean, it's a good connection, right?
You
DJ
got music.
Model, yeah.
Do you guys have parties at your house all the time?
I wish we lived in a bigger place. Soon.
So, Chanie,
Yeah.
tell me, what are 3 must-haves that you have to have at a shoot?
Definitely music, good attitude, and good people. That's it. And sometimes food, but that's not a must. Music, definitely. If you don't have music in a shoot, it like brings down the whole vibe and nobody's really into it. And yeah, music just livens up the whole thing, you know? It's amazing.
Have you ever been to a shoot and somebody's been super negative? How do you get through that?
I've never been to a shoot where people have been negative at the shoot itself, but like before or after the interactions, like we're just like not positive. And obviously it affects the whole shoot and the way the pictures come out, honestly, because it's the people put less work into it. And I myself, I feel like I'm not putting so much effort into it because I care like 1% less, but that's not how it should be. And I should work on myself. And it's just human nature. Like I was a little bit, there was one time that I told someone I wasn't okay with, they wanted me to change outfits outdoors. So I told them I wasn't okay with that. And that's, again, one of my values of being a Jewish person.
Mm-hmm.
And they got really upset and like they fired me on the spot. Like after I took 3 pictures and they posted one of those 3 pictures. So not going to plug them, but not nice. You know who you are.
Wow. Do they generally treat the models well? Like, let's say it's a very hot day.
If it's a Jewish company and it's the good people, and just most of the time now people are just treating everyone like nicely, especially with what's going on in the world. Everyone's just treating people like humans. Like models are not, used to be back in the day, like 20 years ago, like people were, not that I was born, but I researched that people were really mean. Like models were really treated horribly, and we were used literally as tools around the studio, and it wasn't, and now people are treating us like humans, I guess.
So tell me, when you first started out modeling, did you ever envision yourself to become the Jewish model?
Not at all. I just started off as a hobby, and I was just posting pictures, like I said, and someone found me, and I did one gig here and there, and it was really nothing this big, and I didn't even think I could start charging in the beginning. So my husband was like, come on, start charging. Let's do this, make it a business. And now this is who I am.
Wow. So thank God for your husband who pushed you to do what you want.
He definitely pushed me to do it. Yeah.
Wow. So before we go, is there any last advice you'd like to tell people that are wanting to get into the modeling business, especially the young girls?
Just do it for the right reasons and make sure that your self-image and your brain and your mental health is taken care of before you go and put your body and your image out there.
I actually have one more question for you. Mm-hmm. Do you find that the Jewish modeling world, right? Do you see there's a difference between the boys who are modeling and the girls? Or you think it's basically much the same?
As far as Jewish models?
Yeah.
I actually never met real male Jewish models. Like I've seen some guys like doing photo shoots, but I don't think they consider themselves they're good looking guys who did like for under 5'10", like, you know, the men.
That's what I'm talking about.
They're not male. I know all of them. They're friends with my husband. Like my husband is under 5'10", and he was gonna be one of it. It just didn't work out that day. And we know the owner. Like they're whatever. They're just guys from my building, honestly. So yeah.
That's so funny because that's the exact guy I'm talking about. I was at my family friend's house, and this guy walks in, and my family friend's like, "Oh, do you know who this is?" I was like, "No." Like, this is the Jewish model. And I'm like, "You're a model?" They're like, "Yeah, he's a model."
They were hyping him up.
Oh, so he's not really anything. He's really short guy. You know who I'm talking about.
He's under 5'10".
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure learning about the industry.
I'm so glad I was able to make it, and thank you for inviting me.
Yes, of course. It's been a pleasure. I am going to link Hannah the Jewish Model's Instagram down below. And for any companies that are looking for a model, DM Hannah the Jewish Model. I'm going to plug her Instagram down below. Again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.